Welcome to Scorched Earth and a general mid-month reading for the sign of Libra, Sun, Moon or Ascendant for the last 2 weeks of February. I hope you will. Now, it'll be shorter than the main monthly readings because we're only covering that 2-week period from the 15th to the 28th of February. So I'm going to try not to pull any clarifiers too because I like to keep these ones a little bit shorter. Right. If you haven't seen one of these before, what I do in the mid-months is have a look at the energy that you are in at the moment, and then I have a look at what that energy is trying to teach you, right? It's why it's looking for the lesson. Sometimes it's trying to show you a particular thing. Sometimes it's about clearing the ground for the new things that are coming in. So if that doesn't make sense, stick with me. I'm pretty sure it will by the end of the reading. I have to say, I've just come out of the meditation that I did for you, Libra, and my God, it was so intense. I'm still feeling a little bit lightheaded from it, actually. I was just like pure, like, whew. I even felt a little bit nauseous, but it's making me feel like you're very, very, very focused on something, right? A reading that I did for Sagittarius yesterday, there were similar levels of determination and intensity that I felt going on, like you are really laser focused on something. But let's have a look and see where you are. You'll see the Magician's at the bottom of the deck. Let's just shuffle that in, actually. There we go. Right, give me 3 cards for where Libra is right now, please. Thank you. We have first the Wheel of Fortune. Interesting, big energies. We have the 8 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles together. This is interesting because this is very much a similar sort of feeling that I got off the Sagittarius reading. 4 of Pentacles. And it's, sorry, still in this energy. And it's similar cards that were coming out there. Alright, I am going to pull a clarifier for that. I'm going to break my own rules. We've got the 5 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. There is an element of conflict within you about something. It might not be within you. It might be that you're currently wrestling with an issue. No. Because what I don't feel is you feeling particularly flawed by this. It feels like it's something that you're really getting your teeth into. Now, the 5 of Wands does talk about conflict. It talks about sometimes conflict with people or within us. But it can also be challenges, right? It can be talking about things like, you know, like a bit of a stick in the wheel somewhere. Like, how do you pull that out? That proverbial spanner in the works. Right, let's just put those here. So the Wheel of Fortune is here, and that's huge, right? That's a really, really big energy, and it quite possibly might be the energy that I'm feeling, that I'm still kind of reeling from, thanks Libra, on this one, right? It feels really good. It feels really, really powerful. The Wheel of Fortune we see often as a teaching moment, right? There's something about where you are right now that's trying to teach you something. That's the whole fucking point of this reading, actually. But this feels more like, rather than being in a position where you need to try and work out what the lesson is, it's like you see it very, very clearly, and you're just like clumping onto it, right? I've got this problem, I'm going to savage it, I'm going to pull it apart until I work out how to move through it, right? The determination is very, very strong. But then we have here this 8 of Pentacles and this 9 of Pentacles. Similar here to what came up for Sagittarius. The 8 of Pentacles is all about working, right? It's all about the grafting, really. And sometimes that can be your job. We absolutely can see it your job. But other times it's working at something until you achieve mastery, right? Nobody is going to challenge the spider on their ability to be able to spin a web because it's something that they know how to, it's innate within them, right? They are born knowing, hatched, knowing how to create these incredible webs. But it feels like this is something that you have been working on for a while, right? Shit, was that not what came up in the monthly reading for you? The sort of seeds that you'd planted a while before you got distracted from, and you're now coming back to here, right? This isn't something new. It doesn't feel like it's something new. It's something that you're now picking up and kind of running with. And it's here with the Nine of Pentacles. Now, it feels like some of you may have set up businesses. You know, you may be working for yourself. Maybe you took an extended break over, you know, the Christmas. Or maybe you took an extended break over the lockdown period. Certainly in the UK, we've been pretty much locked down since November. October, November, who fucking knows? The months are all like blurring into each other now, right? We're still in a lockdown at the moment here in fucking February. Let's not get into what I think about that, right? But there's been a break. You took some time off, but now things are really starting to gather a pace here. The Nine of Pentacles is about independence, self-sufficiency, right? It's security, being able to meet your own needs, right? Not worrying about things. And it can be money, absolutely can be money. But it's better to look at it, I think, as energetic currency. It's a management of resources, right? This is a level of individual attainment, whether that is the goal that you are working towards. Individual achievement, that's what I'm after. A goal that you are working towards, or something that is actually starting to bear fruit now, right? Difficult to tell, it'd be slightly different for all of you. But this single-minded focus that I'm feeling here now, right? We've got all of those pentacles around the web here. It's like a drawing them all into the center. Now, this is what you're working on. This, get it all in there, you know? So the final card that you've got is the Four of Pentacles. And that usually talks about holding on to things too tightly. But I actually don't feel that for you. I'm not sure what it is that I do feel, which is why I'm going to pull another clarifier. Tell me about this. Four of Pentacles, please. Whoa, Queen of Swords. There you are, Libra. Got the Judgment card in reverse, which is interesting. Oof. One more card for that, please. Tower as well. Right, there's just an absolute not going back to the way things were before. You know? Like I said, right, some of you may have taken some time off, right? It may have been very deliberate. Well, I'm locked down, I can't do anything, I can't open my business, I can't start a business, I can't do any of these things, right? So I'm just gonna, maybe I'm gonna Netflix and chill for a bit, right? That sort of thing. But now, you are marshalling all of your resources. You are getting ready for something. You are getting ready to move in some way or another. And actually what I'm seeing here is this process of drawing in all of these pentacles, like all of these resources that you have, whether it is money or whether it is other things. Perhaps it is your effort, perhaps it is your time, right? Perhaps it is your focus. They're all energetic currency, okay? But notice how they're all connected here. Starting to pull them in is how it feels. We've got you exercising, you know, a great deal of mental discipline in the way that you are approaching this moving forwards as well. Like this, I just kind of come back to the same phrase over and over again, single-minded focus on things, very much like Sagittarius is at the moment. Like they've got a goal and they're intending to smash through it. I'm getting a similar vibe off you. But we've got the Judgment card in reverse. Now this way, you know, and we are in Mercury retrograde, so it's actually been coming out for quite a few of the readings. It is about the resurrection of the old, right? Except that I don't feel that you want to go back there at all. That's why this card is in the reverse. So whether this is dealing with, or say, speaking to the fact that you had to close your business for a while, there's a kind of sense here like, no, enough is enough. I am now prepping to reopen my business. Maybe it's something like that. Maybe it's like I started a business, you know, at some point in 2020 and I kind of let it go by the wayside, but I'm pulling it back now. Or it could be something else, you know, it doesn't have to be work related, but there is certainly work and effort involved in it moving forwards. There is a sense that you are leaving behind any notion of not attending to this. We've got the Tower in reverse here. And I wonder if perhaps some of this focus, some of the single-minded focus, is an eye to the fact that if you do not do anything, If you leave things as they are now, then a tower will hit, whether that is a tower of a removal of your inability to look after your own, you know, resource management, or, you know, however it affects you. It's like, I'm going to stave off the tower. I'm not going to let this hit me in this way, because I am holding on to my focus. I am holding on to my goal. I am holding on to all of these things. And I am now pulling in all of these resources from where they are. The fact that the Wheel of Fortune is here right at the beginning, is, you may not even realise it. It may not even have been your idea. This may have been for you a very, very strong kick from the universe, right? That's perhaps manifested itself as, you know, a thought in your head or a sudden pull to do something, but you've been guided to this point. Whatever you're doing, it's really quite important, you know? Not just for you, it's just important, you know? So let's have a look and see why this energy is doing what it's doing. Have some cards for that, please. Fucking hell, right. Oh. We've got lots of cards here. Yeah. Do I have to put one more? Just, oh, fuck's sake. They're coming out in threes. Like, really? Goodness. Right. 3 threes. I love 3. You know, I love 3. We've got the 9 of Cups at the top of the deck. Look how we have the 9 of Pentacles. We have the 9 of Cups. We have a lot of very much you going on here, Libra, and that's important. There you are, Mother of fucking Swords behind there, right? Like, you are all over this reading. And that's good. That's exactly where I like to see the signs, because when they're absent, right, like, where the fuck are you? Where is your energy? Your energy is right here. So we have the World, we have the Son of Pentacles, and we have the 8 of Cups. Interesting to start. We have you tying up an old chapter of your life right now. This isn't just a little cycle, this is a big one. And it's funny how closely related what it is that you're working on is related to the completion that you're aiming for here. Like, it's almost like you don't quite realize how important the next step is, like tying up these loose ends of the thing that you started before. So it's actually here functionally providing for you. Right? That's the way I'm going to put it, rather than being somewhat of an abstract idea that doesn't really exist, you know, in the here and now. It's like, it's time to make it start working for you. But it's almost like you had to drift away from it to see how important it was to come back to. We've got this Knight of Pentacles here. You know, he's looking at this end. And it's like, it was not okay that you just kind of drifted away from this thing, right? I need to focus on it because it is important moving forwards. But we also have this 8 of Cups. And I do recall from your last reading, there being a notion of there being something that emotionally pulled you away from what it was that you were doing, right? You went off in a different direction. This is about coming back to it, but not going back to that old emotional stuff. Like, it actually seems like it was just sort of sent in to distract you, so that when you come back to it, you see it for how important it is. Now, the next 3 cards are the 7 of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and the Mother of Wands. And I like this a lot, because I feel like it's speaking to exactly what I was just saying there. The 7 of Pentacles, look how flat and lifeless that card is, right? It talks about how things are not to your liking, right? Your immediate environment is not what you fucking want it to be. How do you change it? Whether it's relationships, whether it's jobs, whether it's businesses, like, however it applies to you. It's kind of like a day of reckoning, looking at these things and going, right, do I put everything that I have into this, or do I just stop thinking about it? Do I just fully divest all of my time and care and effort, whatever energetic currency I put into this idea originally, right? But we've got the Hanged Man. Something has shifted in the intervening period that is letting you see things differently now. It's like it's added an extra layer onto what it is that you're doing, and you perceive an importance that you did not see before. And that is why it was so important for you to actually leave it behind for a short period of time. That final card is the Mother of Wands. And the thing that strikes me above anything is the fact that this Mother of Wands here and this Nine of Pentacles, although they're completely different suits, the backgrounds are tying them together. The Mother of Wands is all about taking action for me, right? She is the queen who, as a queen, is receptive, but is kind of the least static of all of the queens, right? This one goes off, does things. You know, if the King of Wands is the entrepreneur, then, you know, the Queen of Wands has certainly got that energy about her too. If you want this to work for you, and you absolutely do, then it's really important for you to start acting in that way, right? So it's about taking action on this plan, whatever it is, right? Having confidence in it, like trusting that what you feel inside is guiding you in the right way. And for some of you, it's actually going to involve you striking out on your own in a way that possibly might be slightly uncomfortable for you. Or the thought of it was uncomfortable for you before, but now you're kind of coming back to it and you're just like, no shit, I've just got to get on with it. Like, I've just got to do it. Like, I don't really have a choice. I'm feeling that pull towards doing it. Then we have the Father of Pentacles, we have the Seven of Cups, and we have the Ten of Pentacles there. Like, my God, what are you doing, Libra? Like, what is it that you're working on? We have the Ten of Pentacles here. Now, as well as following on from this 8 and 9 that we have here, and actually we've fucking got the 10, there's 7 as well. So like you've got a whole progression from 7 through 10. This is often about collective stuff, right? The 10s, if the 9s are about individual, then the 10s are about the collective. But it actually feels to me like a level of commitment, right? This is you finally 100% committing to whatever this is that you are doing, right? It's putting everything that you have in it. Let's see how we've got the 9 and the kind of tucked up with the feathers there, right? It's almost like you've marshaled all the resources, but you're still kind of protecting it from the outside world. You're not kind of showing your hand to everybody yet. Well, the 10 of Pentacles is you taking those feathers out of the way and unleashing it, right? For public consumption. Here it is. Here's what I have put my all into. Isn't it glorious? Don't you want a part of this? Because I absolutely think you do. But notice how we've got this King of Pentacles, Taurus energy, overlooking this entire process. And he's exactly who you want here, right? You want to get 10 Pentacles, you've got to put a King of Pentacles in charge of it, right? Because he knows the value of taking a seed and planting it and then nurturing it, then watering it, then making sure it's getting enough sun, all of these things. There are no shortcuts with the King of Pentacles, none whatsoever. But he's actually looking here at this 7 of Cups, right? He's looking at it and where you were confused about this, because it does feel like there's an emotional attachment to whatever it is that you're doing, even though it's manifesting itself in terms of pentacles and things like that. Like, there's been an emotional confusion around it. I think you've got the 8, the 9, the 7, 8 and the 9 of Cups here too. Like, whether you realise it or not, you've actually been walking a path which is now, in retrospect, kind of obvious. You've had to come up and hit the resistance, come back to the support, right? Let's put it in market terms. And you've been kind of following this, but you're ready to break through your own point of resistance. Now, you had to experience all of these things that you have experienced to get to the point where you had the confidence and the knowledge, wisdom, experience, all of these things together to kind of break through this. I'm seeing this as your resistance to this, to the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah. And there's your emotional fulfillment, because you're actually doing it. You're actually doing this thing that is important to you. Put those the right way around. So let's get you some advice. Can I have some advice for Libra, please? Okay, some advice for Libra. Why are they coming out in multiples here? What the fuck? And again, I wanted one card and I got 2 cards, 2 cards, 2 cards. Just as I wanted. 1 card there and I got 3 cards, 3 cards, 3 cards. Ooh, 3 threes is magic as fuck though. I'm just going to let you know that. Right. We've got the 8 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This energy, what this was trying to teach you, what the fuck? So cross with the outside world for being so noisy. Is showing you how you limit yourself with your own mind, right? That's been absolutely what this is all about, right? You have prevented yourself from really truly following your dreams because you kept yourself stuck. Whether it was that you told yourself that you couldn't do it, or that there was, you know, XYZ problems here, right? There's been a complete about face. And this has been really important for you because it's actually not what you're achieving that is the important thing, but the absolute knowledge that you can, should you choose to apply yourself, do anything you fucking want, right? So, we've got the Hermit card and the 5 of Cups here. Right? And as advice, it's kind of asking you to go within and analyse why it was that you were in this state here. Kind of focusing on the wrong thing, right? The 5 of Cups talks about focusing on the cups that are lost rather than the cups that remain. And like, why did you focus so hard on what you didn't have rather than what you could have or what you did have, you know? Because it seems like there's an answer or two in there for you that might well help moving forwards in terms of just getting to know who you are and how you react to certain situations, right? We've got the Chariot and the Mother of Cups here. Right? Notice how the Mother of Cups is pointing right at the Chariot, right? You needed to bounce off that resistance enough times. It needed to be emotionally important to you enough that you just kept coming back to that resistance and trying and trying and trying, and then finally breaking through. We have the Chariot card here, and that is the card of the self. Like, what has gone on here has been a process of breaking out of your own limitations. And you have to let it continue, right? I feel like you are, because I feel like something shifted in you. And when you come up against resistances, like I said, you just got that biting straight into it. It's not hesitating, not equivocating. Ooh, that's interesting, isn't it? The final 2 cards are Strength and the 7 of Wands, which is glorious. Because it kind of feels like an as within, so without sort of situation here. We've got the sun above the Strength card there, but we've got this flame here, and this flame feels like it's within. You know? Now, however, this, you know, maybe it's a spiritual business you're setting up. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe it's, you know, what it is incredibly creative, and it is about you connecting your inner flame to something outside of you here. But you have grown strong in this process, right? If you know anything about like working out and being at the gym, like resistance training is one of the things that can really make a huge difference to you, right? Because you're constantly pushing your boundaries with things, and you weren't for a very long time. You just kind of shrank back inside it, and now it's like, it's seeing the resistance for what it is, and that is, you know, something to be broken through. It is a limitation of some description, and if you can't quite break through it the first time, then having the strength to know that it's only a matter of time, and you can keep going back to it and again and again and again and again, because that work isn't fucking wasted, right? Yes, it'd be nice to smash through everything first time, but you know what? Sometimes you could smash through it and then you'll fall over because you haven't built up that muscle strength yet. And to keep the momentum going, you have got it now. So go with it. Keep going with it. God, I love this for you, Libra. It explains why the meditation energy was so intense. Like, you're feeling pretty intense at the moment. Oh, I like that. I like to see a bit of passion, and you've definitely got that. Right. I hope that this was useful for you, and is generally the only real intention that I set when I'm doing the readings is that it is helpful for you. Yeah, so I'll leave it there.
Know that I love you all very, very much, and I will see you soon.